Now that's a dictator. Joining me now, Walser Wealth Management President Rebecca Walser and Cultural Group CEO and co-founder Lili Gil Valletta. Thank you, ladies, both for being here. You know, by the way, two extraordinarily successful businesswomen. Lili, let me start with you, right? So Trump, he's coming down. He's bringing the hammer down. He's doing everything that he ran on. He's sending criminals back. He's trying to clean out the government. And he had his first showdown over the weekend, Colombia. Initially, Colombia says, no, we're not going to take these planes. They were Colombian citizens. We're not going to take them. Didn't take long for the president of Colombia to change his mind.
Oh, yes. And I am Colombian American, Charles. As you know, I even have operations down there. And we had a very stressful Sunday because economic disruption through these tariffs can be catastrophic for any economy that is a partner to the United States. So coffee, flowers, oil, there was so much that we depend on with each other's trade. This was a moment of tension that ironically became a showdown for the world to see that President Trump means business.
Right. And of course, there's people this week, I think, Rebecca, in Colorado, they're actually protesting, like sending back criminals, gang members. So what's going on in America? It's what's happening to us?
Well, we're not a dictatorship, but if we were, those people's names would be on a list, and we should start automatically deducting their accounts for the benefits that we're paying all of these migrants that are here that they don't want to leave, especially the ones that are criminals. But I'm glad you didn't start with me, Charles, because I was really worried about the underwear check situation.
Yeah.
I didn't want to get involved in that conversation.
Well, one day we may have to go there. By the way, so trivia, in Ottawa, from what I understand, it takes at least 20 minutes for the car to warm up. You both live in Florida, right? You Texas. Well,
moving to Florida.
States.
Warm enough.
How long would it take you? Because they say a minute's certainly not enough time.
Listen, we don't ever get cold, but this winter's been freaking cold, and you need to turn the car on like 5 minutes in Florida and Tampa before you go. So those automatic car starters that warm up for you, those should be taken out if we can't actually use them.
Right, and when the noble agendas for green, better planet outweighs, really the practicalities of everyday life, it's just not going to be adopted.
They're really making people suffer. Hey, I want to show you guys something. We just had the first press conference for the Trump administration, and I got to tell you, it was an absolute doozy. Levitt did an amazing job. There's one particular side I want to share with you in the audience and get your thoughts on it.
After research and study, the drones that were flying over New Jersey in large numbers were authorized to be flown by the FAA for research and various other reasons. Many of these drones were also hobbyists, recreational, and private individuals that enjoy flying drones. In time, it got worse due to curiosity. This was not the enemy.
So, Rebecca, golly, I know one day I was laying in the apartment. I think I saw one of these drones, and I tweeted about it, and people said I was nuts. But listen, the question is, why wouldn't the Biden administration just say it was FAA approved, unless maybe they'll find out there was even more?
Yeah, there's something here, Charles, and I think she did a great job. And
she did an amazing job. Yeah. I give her an A.
I give her amazing. And look, that did not happen under their administration. But I would say, let's get transparency here. There's something beyond the surface level. There is something deeper. And I think unless you actually experienced one and you actually saw how actually industrial looking and large these things were, some were 6 feet.
They were gargantuan.
These are not hobbyists. So I appreciate the FAA statement. Why we couldn't get more transparency in the last administration, not cool.
Well, I love that we're now paying attention to our skies. So we used to just report crime in the streets. Now we're actually looking up and also being diligent.
Yeah,
so
when you're chilling out and all of a sudden you look out your window, you're like, what the hell is that? Did I ask you about DeepSeek? Yes. Lili, you worried about it? What do you think about it?
Well, I love the phrase innovate or die, and competition pushes for that. But I think we have a lot of watch outs with that. The fact that they can be more efficient and cost effective should raise the antennas for any developer here in America. Also, the market volatility, and we can see how very quickly one innovation disrupts everything that we were taking for granted and so bullish about. So I think this is time to double down on investment and show off what America can do with its ingenuity.
You buying it, though?
I'm not going to call out America for our arrogance, but this was really born out of a hedge fund and someone who disdains experience, Charles. They like to take new people that don't have the experience because what happens? Oh, let's discover this new frontier. Let's just not assume going into it that we know exactly how the machinations are going to play out. And that was what is beautiful about the fact that we can see there can be this AI frontier without the massive quantum computing expense, which is the problem with the expensive chips.
And you know what, Charles? Also, the open source culture that comes with AI development also raises concerns because it's going to democratize all of these technologies that we think are our IP, but they're really not.
All right, so in America, we create. China, they replicate or they copy, and in Europe, they do the exact opposite. You just talked open, right? We got a minute to go. I want to ask you ladies about this. Apparently in Europe, they're banning the foremost Catholic prayer app. I'm not sure what's behind this, but golly, Lily, this just blows me away. And of course, they've already arrested a lot of people in the UK for making posts on just concerning posts on not threatening, but things that concern them. What's happening?
So this is very dangerous because where is the line between protection and suppression? When you are being persecuted by your beliefs, a Catholic prayer app, the most popular app that was wildly downloaded after the Super Bowl, actually, that is very, very concerning. It sets a precedent, and we know that is a slippery slope from then on that is going to just impact directly our freedoms and religious speech.
It's Big Brother gone bad, you know.
Big Brother gone bad.
It's Big Brother gone bad.
I think that's the best way to put it.
If we don't push it back.